everyone, this is Atia Rehman, rank of DSP, 4th rank in WBCS 2021. Today I am here because Apti Plus has given me a lovely opportunity where I'll be telling you people the important questions that are going to come in geography in the year 2024 prelims, and I'll try my best to teach West Bengal Geography in a gist in an hour or so. So I hope you will be liking the video, and we will start our presentation with the very first chapter that is important. We need to know about the general information of our state. Since we will be appearing for WBCS West Bengal Civil Service, so it is very important that we know from where did West Bengal origin, what was West Bengal's history, what is West Bengal's geography. This part is not only important for your prelims but also for your mains as well as for your interview. So we need to know the basic information that is related to West Bengal. Now the very first information that is given here is the national boundary. West Bengal shares with national boundary but with 5 states. So we need to know about the 5 states. I'll be showing you a map, and I always tell students to study geography using the maps because it becomes very easy. So here is the map. So we can see the bordering states here. So the first state that we see is Bihar. The second state that we see is Jharkhand. Here we find Odisha near the southwest portion, Assam. So these are the neighboring states of West Bengal, and we also have to see that it shares boundary with 3 international countries. That one is Bangladesh, the next is Nepal, and the next is Bhutan, and it will be Sikkim here in the north. So we can see the neighboring states and countries here. Geography is such a subject that is a map based subject, and the more you study geography using maps, the more it easy becomes for you to recollect it in your memory, because maps get stored in our pictographic memory. So always study geography using maps. And also I forgotten to tell you people one more thing, is that this PDF that I am teaching from is a very composite gist PDF which will be shared in the description box. Do study from it to get a gist concept, because it's not possible for me to complete in details in an hour. So you people can study, and also there are many MCQs, a set of 250 MCQs which you can practice later. So as you can see, the national boundary is shared with 5 states, following international boundary with 3 countries. Largest boundary is shared with Bangladesh obviously, and the largest boundary national is Jharkhand, smallest boundary, and here the PDF goes on. So these are rough datas that you have to study point to point. It's no use of just blabbering it. So you can see. However, there are few things that you need to change here, like the number of blocks. The number of blocks which is here written as, I'll show you. Here the number of blocks is written as 341. Now it has increased to 345. So we need to know the recent data, and also please check the datas, because this is a 2-year-old PDF. It might happen that there are some few new additions to it. So do check while studying. Now we go to the next page, Now we see that there are 5 main principal divisions of West Bengal, and this is very important. The 5 divisions: Burdwan, Mednipur, Jalpaiguri, Malda and Presidency. You people have to learn by this by heart. They might give question, they might give a random district, for example Dinajpur, and they might tell which it falls within which subdivision. So the answer will be Malda division. So this is how you need to learn this part. Now we go to the next very important chapter. Geography. Core geography is climate, physiographic division and drainage. So these 3 chapters are considered the most important on the core geography part. So here comes the most important chapter, and in very short gist it's written everything. You see here which districts form the part of northern mountainous region. They have given points, and where they have been written that highest peak of Bengal in this. So I'll try to teach you showing an empty map, that is this map. So you see the northern mountainous region is generally this part, the uppermost part, and the beauty of West Bengal lies here that it consists of 8 physiographic divisions roughly, which is similar to that of India. It is the only state that resembles India in its physiographic division. You will find mountains here, you will find plateaus here, you will find plains here, you will find Ganga here, Ganga Delta region, as well as you will find the Sundarban and the coastal fringe here. So it is a very diverse state in terms of physical relief. As we know, this is the mountainous region. So from here we know there is an important river that flows down from here. I hope you all will know that it is the Tista river. So Tista river divides this mountainous region into 2 halves, where you see this is the east side, this is the west side. So the western side of Tista region and the eastern side of Tista region. The western side of Tista region, there are 2 very important ranges. The number 1 range is, which is actually near the border. Range is a group of mountains, as we know, which is near the border. That range is Singalila range. Now Singalila range has many important mountains, and the sequence is Falut, Sandakphu, Tonglu. So Falut, Sandakphu and Tonglu. You see here the short form for this is FAST, F-S-T. So this is a sequence from north to south. Falut is the topmost mountain. It is not the highest peak of West Bengal. The highest peak of West Bengal is Sandakphu. So it is very important to know that Falut lies above Sandakphu, but it is not the highest mountain. You need to know this chronology, which is from north to south, because often questions are asked from here. The second thing that we have to study is, the second important range is the Darjeeling Hilly range. Darjeeling Hilly range, which I guess you know about the Darjeeling Hilly range, and the Darjeeling Himalayan, we have the railway passing through it, which is a part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, which was declared in the year 1999. So Darjeeling range is important. There are many important hills here: Tonglu, Sandakphu, Tiger Hill. So you need to know about those hills and the elevation of those hills. Now we come to the eastern part of the northern Himalayan region. So in the eastern part, there are 2 ranges that you need to know. One is the Durbin Dara range, and one is the Baksa Jayanti range. Baksa Jayanti is famous for their minerals, and Durbin Dara's highest peak is the Rishila peak. So the question, if the question comes, which is the highest peak of West Bengal, the answer will be Sandakphu. But if the question comes that which is the highest peak of the eastern side of the Darjeeling Himalayan region, the answer becomes Rishila. So there are very small hills which you people have to study. Now we go to the we go to the next division, which is the Terai Duars region. I'll show you the PDF after I draw. And the Terai Duars region is just below on the foothills of the mountain region, as we all know, and it is again dissected by the Tista area. Now, the west side of the Tista river is Terai and the east side is Duars. We know this. This question has often come in WBCS. The eastern side of the Tista river is what? Western side is what? So the eastern is Duars and the western is Terai. So here we have to know that the Duars have been split into three parts. The western, why is this? The western Duars, which is Shiliguri, eastern Duars is Alipurduar, and central Duar is Jalpaiguri. So we need to know about the divisions of the Duars. So there are three parts: central, western and eastern. Now we move on, and obviously one more important, very important question comes here is what does Terai literally mean? So the literal meaning of Terai is marshy land. So these are the questions that generally comes. So here we covered the number 1 physiographic division, number 2 physiographic division. Now we go to the third physiographic division, which is the northern Bengal plains, which is from here to here, northern Bengal plains. Now the important part of the northern Bengal plains are three regions. The three regions are, hopefully you people have heard, that is Barendra Bhumi, Tal and Diyara. So this region has been demarcated by two rivers, right? Two most important. Mahananda river comes first and then the Kalindi river. So the left side of our Mahananda river is my Barend or Barendra Bhumi, and the middle part between both Mahananda and Kalindi river is Tal, and this part is the Diyara. Diyara is generally in the Malda portion where we find cultivation of mango very predominant, and Tal is a fertile region, and the Barendra Bhumi is composed of old alluvium which is known as Bhangar, and Tal is made up of new alluvium which we generally known as Khadar. So these three regions in this part is very much important, and then we move on to the next portion, which is our western rolling uplands and plateaus. So if you this part is our Jharkhand, Jhargram, Bankura, Purulia, this area we find the western rolling upland and plateaus. After the mountainous region, if there is a region where the elevation is high, it's this area. So for a clearer concept, I would like to show you this map. I guess this is guess this map is visible to all of you. Here in this map you see the elevation. So you see the mountainous region upside is marked in brown and the reddish part, and the elevations there are 1,000 to 2,000. So that part is high and this part is high. So there are many important mountains this side, which is the western rolling upland and plateaus, which is known as the Shushuniya Pahar, Ayodhya Pahar, Biharinath. We have Mama Bhagni Pahar of Birbhum. So these are the other uplifted portion of West Bengal, but not as high as the northern part. So we need to know about these small mountains or hillocks as well. Now we go back to our map. So this area, generally a very interesting landform is found here, which is known as monadnocks. Monadnocks are generally residual hills. So which are generally the leftover landform that is formed after river cycle of erosion is completed. So very residual hills, very small hills, after that degradation is not possible. So we find monadnocks like this small hills that are found in this region. I don't know why is this coming so dark anyways. So these hills are locally known as Dangri or Tilla. So we need to know about this. Obviously in this region you have to learn about the different small mountains or the hillocks that are present here. Now we go to the next part, which is the Rar region. Now the Rar region is a region which is sandwiched between the Gangetic Delta area of West Bengal as well as the western rolling upland and plateau. So the Rar region is dominant of the laterite soil, and it is said to be a part of the Gondwana land. Now we come to the Gangetic part, and before coming to the Gangetic part, this part of the West Bengal is sandy, the coastal fringe, and this part of the West Bengal is our Sundarban area. This is our Sundarban, this is our coastal fringe, this is our Gangetic Delta area, this is western rolling upland and plateaus, this is northern Bengal plain, this is Terai and Duas, this is northern mountainous region. I guess I am clear. So this is not Ganga Delta, this is the Rar area. Rar, and this is Ganga Delta area. So you see Ganga Delta area mainly is composed of those districts which are predominantly whose activities are related to the primary sector, which is agriculture. So it is this area is very rich in agriculture. As you can see, the Ganga Delta region, it is near the Ganga river. There is no problem with water supply. So this area is obviously very rich in cultivation and crops. So there are many crops that are grown here, like including rice, paddy, wheat, also jute. So this is our Ganga Delta region. Now we go to the coastal fringe area. The coastal fringe area, generally it is of the Purbo Mednipur district, and we know that in the Purbo Mednipur district we have the where we all go for holidays, the Digha and everything. So all the main sea beaches are a part of the coastal fringe. Now we come to the Sundarban. The Sundarban area is very important for you people. You know why? Because it has got a number of tags. If I start, so it starts from 1987 when it was given the UNESCO World Heritage Site tag. Second comes 1989, Sundarban was told to be a part of Man and Biosphere program. Then comes 2019 when Sundarban was told that declared as a wetland. So Sundarban has a numerous dates and has numerous importance. We also know that it has been named after the Sundari tree, and mangroves are very predominant. There are many species including the Royal Bengal tiger. So So, and also there's a question that generally comes in WBCS with pneumatophores, living roots. Mangroves have living roots. So pneumatophores is a term that means living roots, and it is a part of mangrove. And mangroves are very important right now because if afforestation of mangrove is increased in that area, it will be less affected by cyclones and tides. So mangroves are a very important part of this area. So roughly this is the physiographic division. There are much more to study. There are points written in the PDF which you will be able to see from the description box, and also read. There are much more, a bit more details. If you people read, I guess it will be sufficient enough. And as I've always said, please, whenever you read geography, do follow the maps. Now, let us go to the next very important chapter, which is there's something wrong with the eraser though. Okay, we'll move to the next important chapter, which is the rivers. You see, coastal plain regions important for WBCS. We have segregated the points which might be important for you people in the case of WBCS. So please do study. You see the dates, national park, when you were declared national park, World Heritage Site. The things that I just told you in the last minute is just summed up here. So please go through the PDF for clearer idea. Now we come to the drainage system of West Bengal. So, firstly I would like to tell that the West Bengal drainage can be primarily divided into 3 parts. The very first part, so the primary river that is of West Bengal we know is our river Ganga. So our river Ganga, you know, it passes through this area. So from here, Ganga branches off into 2 streams. One goes outside West Bengal and obviously enters Bangladesh. And the next stream is named till Nabuddeep. It is known as Bhagirathi. And from Nabuddeep to the Bay of Bengal, it is known as Hooghly. So this area is Nabuddeep, and also in some places you will find this name as well, Mayapur. So it's better to learn both the names. And the place from where Ganga has branched off into 2 streams, you need to know that place name as well, which is, I hope every one of you know now, the answer is Dhulian. So primary river of West Bengal is Ganga, we know. So we can divide the West Bengal river system into 3 parts, that is the northern rivers of West Bengal, followed by principal river Ganga, followed by South Bengal rivers. When we read rivers in this way, it becomes easier for us. You people can see. So let's start with the North Bengal rivers. As you know, the most important North Bengal river is Tista river. So you need to know the chronology of the rivers from Tista to the east side. Since this question is often asked, like what is the chronology from left to right or right to left, so it goes like Tista, Joldhaka, Torsha, Kalijani, Raidhak, Sankosh. So Sankosh is the easternmost river of West Bengal, which forms a boundary between West Bengal and Assam. So the sequence that I told you people is something that you have to remember. And when we come to the western side of Tista, let me draw Tista, I guess that will be easier for you people to understand. If this is my Tista, so here comes the next Tista, Joldhaka, Torsha, Kalijani, Raidhak, Sankosh. So this is the sequence from west to east of Tista. Now we come to the western side of Tista. There are two very important few rivers. The most important among them of all is Mahananda river. Mahananda river sources from the Pagla Jhora falls, as we all know, and it is a very it is known as a mad river. So why is it known as Mad River? Why is Mahananda known as Mad River? Because you see that once it enters West Bengal, then leaves West Bengal, again enters West Bengal. So it has a very meandering sort of course. So Mahananda is an important river. Then the important river comes Mechi and Balason as well. Balason is a tributary of Mechi. And also we find the other important river is Punarbhava and Atri. So the most the lovely part of Atri and Punarbhava is it is just like Mahananda. Like Mahananda is an trans-boundary river. What do I mean by trans-boundary river? That it enters other state. And the thing with Punarbhava and Atri is that it enters Bangladesh and re-enters West Bengal from mainly this Dakhin Dinajpur district. So roughly these are the rivers of North Bengal. Then we have Ganga, which I have in the very beginning I have explained you from where. So from Dhulian to Nabodip, the name of Ganga is Bhagirathi. From Nabodip to Bay of Bengal, the name of the Ganga is Hooghly. So as we know that the river near Kolkata is our Hooghly river. It's not actually Ganga river. So we go to the next part of our class, that is the southern rivers, southern Bengal rivers. So the most important river in this area, there are many important rivers of this area, and generally questions come that two rivers confluence from what, like I'll show you from the PDF, Kongshaboti and Keleghai, when these two rivers mix, it forms the Haldi river. And the Rupnarayan river is also a mixture of two rivers, as we will see that in the PDF. So the confluences are generally asked when these two rivers meet, which what river is formed. So generally the questions that come from this area is the source, the tributaries, it goes and joins which river. So as important the source is, the place where the river is going and draining, that area is also equally important. So you have to read these very well. And we also have the very most important river here, the Damodar, which is known as the sorrow of Bengal. So Damodar is also a very important river, the barrages that are there. So the first river that I will talk about is the Mayurakshi river, where we find the Kannada Dam, and its source is in the Jharkhand district, Jharkhand state. So it enters India and flows, and the one more most important tributary is the Dwarka tributary. Then we find Damodar, we also find Dwarakeshwar, Keleghai, Kongshaboti, Holdi, Shilaboti, Rupnarayan. These are many rivers. Rashulpur is also a very small river that flows this way. So there are very numerous rivers in the South Bengal, and I have already told you what all you have to study here: the sources, the area where it drains, the main important, if it has any nickname like Damodar is known as the Sorrow of Bengal, and also you have to read if it has any dam or not. Okay, we have the Kannada Dam in Mayurakshi, Tilpada Barrage in Mayurakshi, we have DVC. So these are the important things that you have to study. Now let's go back to the PDF to have a rough idea. So you see Mahananda river over here, the origination etc. is given. Tributary of the Ganga river, main tributaries are Balason, Mechi, etc. etc. Tista river, Torsha river. Okay, so here okay, now comes the main important part, that is you see this table. This table is a very important table. Okay, sorry, it has not been shown there. It is a very important table, and questions do come. We know in Indian geography also questions do come. So it is very important for you to read the important towns that lies near the banks of the city, the rivers of West Bengal. So please do study this. And then we go to rivers of South Bengal. So what are the rivers that I have been talking about are the rivers of the western side of the Ganga that I had marked. So Damodar, Mayurakshi, Kongshaboti, Keleghai, Shilaboti, Rupnarayan are all parts of this side of the river, which is our western side. Now the eastern side, like that, from here there are two most important rivers that we have to study. One is Mathabhanga and the other is Jalangi. So they branch off into two. We know Churni is a part when it branches off. So this area is important and it has been summed up in the PDF. And next we find the river valley project. You see, important river valley projects. Please do read these. It is very important. And again we find a list of riverside and river city towns. So let me bring the pen here because it's important. Oh, give me a second, I'm very sorry. So you see this list. Please do read these questions. Come. Okay, important for WBCS. So these are few points that are given. River of horror is the Tista river. River of sorrow is our Damodar river. Ajay meets with Bhagirathi where at Katua. Please read this part because these are total theoretical part which you people have to mug up, and you don't have to mug up if you actually draw the map in a West Bengal map. So you draw the rivers on the map, it becomes very easy for you to retain in your mind because geography is a pictographic subject, as I have already told. So it is not possible for me to draw all the rivers and show it to you, and there is a crunch of time. I have tried to give you people a gist. Now we move forward. Here is the next part, climate of West Bengal. So we know that West Bengal has 4 seasons. Actually, India also has 4 seasons only. What are the factors of rainfall? Nor'wester in West Bengal is called Kal Boishakhi, very important. Okay, and you see maximum average rainfall, which is the driest area, what is the highest temperature. So these are very crisp notes which I feel you have to study. And for the concept of climate, I guess you have understood that by reading Indian geography, how monsoon occurs, what are jet streams, what are pressure belts, what are the driving factors of monsoon. So I hope El Nino, La Nina, these are known to us. I assume this and I move forward. So mainly there are 4 seasons that IMD has told, as you have seen here. Okay, according to IMD, 4 seasons, but generally it can be classified into further. And also here are different cyclones names that have been passing through West Bengal. It has created very havoc in West Bengal. Don't have to learn it, but there is no harm in seeing the dates, right? So please do see the dates. Now we go to the next chapter, which is the soil of West Bengal, and I would like to open a map. Okay. So this is a map representing the soil of West Bengal. I guess it is visible, and this is taken from NCERT book, as I think you can understand. So chalo, let's start. So you see the uppermost area, the northern hilly region area. Obviously, what soil are we going to find? Mountainous soil, the podzol soil, right? So we find the podzol soil. Just below that, what we start finding? We start finding the alluvial soil, and alluvial soil's composition is the highest in West Bengal as well as in India. And since we have a lot of alluvial soil, it is very good for lucrative cultivation. So as you are seeing, this part, brown part, these are all alluvial soils. You see the index, refer to the index for clearer version. So what I say, why do I say that see the maps while studying geography is this: if you learn this, soil chapter completes, right? So, and since you people, I assume that you people have already studied the Indian geography part. So Indian geography, we know that we have to, when we study the soil part, which minerals are abundant, which minerals are deficient in which type of soil, we need to study all those things. So those things remain common all over India. What differs is the types of soil. Just if we know the types of soil here, it becomes very easy for us to remember the things, and the types of soil can be easily remembered through the map. So you see the shaded part is the red soil. Red soil is predominant in iron. This is why it has that color. And this green part is the laterite soil. As I had told you before, the Rar region and the western upland plateau, this area is generally composed of laterite soil. Laterite soil, the word latter comes, latter means, literally means brick, and it is a Latin word. And also laterite soils are famous because of the phenomenon of leaching. If you people know, you know. So this is why laterite soils are famous, but it is not a very good soil for cultivation, especially for food crops. And we see alluvial soil again near the Ganga Delta region, red soil near the Rar region. That that song Lal Pahadi Deshe Jai Rangamati Deshe Jai and it's originated from this area only, from the Birbhum area. So it is because of the red soil that is found here. And lastly we find the saline soil. Saline soil, those soil salinity is very high. Why is it high? Because it lies in the coastal areas. So I guess this map is very clear, and it very clearly, very nicely it is depicted. So if you people just memorize the map, it no matter whichever district I give you, you will be able to tell that district is composed majorly of what type of soil. For example, if I tell you randomly that Purulia is composed of which type of soil, answer is there, right? So please refer map while studying geography. Now let's go back to our PDF. Alluvials are, you see the characteristics are written here. So if you people don't know, you can follow this: red soil, laterite soil, clay, saline soil, and a bit idea about soil erosion is given. As we know, soil, what is soil erosion? When the top soil is the most fertile part of the soil, when the top soil starts degrading or washed off, so it loses all its nutrients, the nutrients that are important for trees to grow, you know, trees or plants to grow. So when that is washed off or degraded, so that is actually known as soil erosion. And main cause of soil erosion is high runoff, and the two very main causes, and the other is deforestation. So in West Bengal, which areas generally find where we find the soil erosion is written in the PDF. You people can see it. Please study this part, just go through it. Now we come to natural vegetation. I had the map of natural vegetation, but somehow it's not here. So I'll tell you people that please refer an NCERT book and see if the forest, what type of forests are found in West Bengal. The very first forest type is tropical moist deciduous. Okay, tropical moist deciduous, tropical dry deciduous, subtropical broad-leaved wet hill forest, montane wet temperate forest, subalpine forest, and littoral and swamp forest. So these are generally those forests which are found in India as well. I hope it shouldn't be a problem for you people to understand these parts. Please do remember some important species name that generally comes in the question: mahogany, ebony, fir, spruce are part of which kind of forest. So these are the questions that generally come, and this part would have been more clearer if I would have the map, but it is not an issue. Please search Google, you will get maps, and also you will find it in the NCERT books. And the questions that generally come from here are not, it might happen that they give a district name, what type of forest comes. They are very rare questions, and I don't think so those questions generally come. So as you are seeing on the board, how much percentage of forest is there in West Bengal, which district is the maximum amount of forest land, how much it is. And we all know, to maintain the ecological balance, we need to have 33% of forest. So please, protected areas and class forests, please read these parts. And these are thorough datas. I hope it is. I have nothing to explain. The main explanation part has gone already in the first three chapters that I have taught you people. So there are 6 national parks of West Bengal. You have to learn it by heart, and especially Sundarban National Park is very important. You will have some or the other question. So please don't neglect Sundarban. Either you are a main student or a prelim student who is watching this video, or a optional geography student. Since we are in West Bengal, Sundarban is our pride. So it is our duty to know more and more about this area. So please do read it line by line, and about all other national parks as well. I don't have to explain anything, I just scroll this part. And we have 16 wildlife sanctuaries. I guess all of you know, at least you have to know the names, and it is found in which district is important. Questions do come, direct questions do come. Now we go to the bird sanctuaries and elephant reserves. Sorry. So bird sanctuary, Chintamani Bird Sanctuary, and we have Rasik Bill Bird Sanctuary. So these two bird sanctuaries are very important. Narendrapur Wildlife Sanctuary was later renamed. We have the elephant reserves. Mayur Jharna Elephant Reserve is very important. Okay, so just read through these. You need to know the names and it is found in which district. This is enough for you. Now let's here comes the most it is actually the easiest chapter but tough to memorize. So demography of West Bengal, census of India, we need to learn the datas, and the datas are not only important for prelims but it is also important for mains and interview, as you all know. So here are a few just information about census. How many blocks? Okay. Number of blocks, please change it. I told you. Decadal growth, population density, literacy rate. These are the datas that you have to learn by heart, with including the numerics after the decimals exact. You have to learn the exact data. Now we go to the later part of the chapter where rankings of the districts are given on the basis of few heads. So you people can see growth rate, urban population, SC population, total population, density of population and urban population, and this continues. You people have to learn this by heart. There is nothing to explain, but there are few things that I would like to tell regarding this chapter. That is, the parameters of development, for example literacy rate, decadal growth rate. If you see the parameters are linked with each other. Okay, for example, generally the area having highest literacy rate or high literacy rate has low decadal growth rate. Why is this? The relationship is inverse. The reason is because since literacy is high, we assume that female literacy is high as well. And when women are more and more educated, you see she knows how many children she has to take. Generally the family size decreases in that case, and also they know the usage of contraceptives that many people of the rural area are still unaware of. So education plays a very important role in growth rate and also in the development of an area. Sex ratio and your literacy rate is also dependent upon each other. So the variables that are there are few variables which are dependent on each other, and you have to if you assume the things and if you just see the relations, I guess you people yourselves will be able to understand that what kind of relations does those parameters have. So I assume that you people are aware of the demographic transition model, which are in 4 phases. So it is a model by Thompson, and the first phase is a phase which is far beyond development, where birth rate, death rate both are high. And as we move on to the second stage, we see a decline in the death rate, but the birth rate is high. Okay, so I don't know why did this scroll up. Why is the birth rate high in that case? Birth rate is high, sorry, why is the death rate low in that case? It is low because technological advancements have been happening, the amenities have been increasing, infrastructure facilities of the healthcare system is it is in a better condition. So these are the reasons why death rates are generally low. And as we move on to the third stage, we see what? That the birth rate falls drastically and the death rate also falls, but not as drastically as it falls in the second stage. So this generally in this stage is where India lies today. That is the third stage, and this stage we find another concept, that is the concept of demographic dividend. So demographic dividend talks about the working population, especially under the age group of 15 to 65 years. So this age group people are the working population group, and if we harness this youth population into very nicely, and if we can reap the benefits, the economic growth and development of our country is going to increase. So this is the very concept of demographic dividend. As we move to the fourth stage, we see that the birth rate and death rate are both low and constant, and then is when we see a zero change in population or maybe a negative change in population. As we are seeing in Nagaland, the growth rate is in minus. So Nagaland, the growth rate is negative. That means that the birth total fertility ratio is obviously declining, as well as the death rate is higher than that of the birth rate. So I guess this part is clear. I have I have tried to explain you people the demographic transition model. Now we go to the next chapter, which is agriculture and irrigation. Now West Bengal is a state where primary service is very much predominant, especially in Malda, Murshidabad, Birbhum areas. So please these things, so you have to study the crops, which crops are dominant in which districts. You have to study those parts. So this is just a list of that. You see 75% of the population is directly or indirectly related to agriculture. You see the list, the highest production area of jute, sugarcane. Please go through it. I have nothing to explain here. Okay, now this is the irrigation part. And so you see the Eden Canal Mayurakshi Reservoir project. Then we have the Massanjor Dam, Tilpara. Massanjor Dam is also known as Kannada Dam, Tilpara Dam. So since we are studying agriculture, irrigation and agriculture moves at part, right? Because not always we can depend upon monsoon. So it might happen that it is a La Nina year and drought is there. So irrigation is a must for agriculture. So please read the projects, irrigational projects as well. Now we enter into the industries of West Bengal. So industry and the logistical growth of West Bengal. The main industry that was there in West Bengal was the jute industry, right? But it is having a great setback right now. Why? Because after Bangladesh became an independent country, what happened is majority of the jute producing areas went there and the mills remained here. So jute has been in a decline right now, but there are substitutes of jute that is being used right now. There is mesta. Mesta is considered to be substitute of jute. So anyways, you have to read about the first factory of jute, followed by the highest producing state and the districts. Okay, and if possible, please do read that why was there a jute factory, the jute production decline in West Bengal, and what are the measures by which we can revive this industry. Okay, so this is just for your general knowledge, I guess. Since you are a resident of West Bengal and also you are going to give WBCS, so I think it is good if you are aware of these additional informations. Then comes steel industry, iron and steel industry. Please read these. I have nothing to explain, as I have already said. Okay, now we come to different power projects. We know that if we have to broadly classify resources into two parts, that is conventional resources and non-conventional resources, and we know that the conventional resources are those resources that are generally not replenishable, but the non-conventional resources are the solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy. These are the resources that we can replenish over the years, and it is not going to get exhausted. We find it in unlimited quantity. So here are some thermal power stations, and it is located in which district. Please study these parts as well. It is very, very important, since it is a budding topic, and since India has also taken target in COP26, net zero target. I hope you people know that. So it is very important for you people to at least read about these, which area has what kind of projects: hydroelectric power project, thermal power project, wind power project. Okay. Mineral distribution. So next important part is, minerals are considered as the wealth of a state or a country. So which district is rich of what type of mineral is something that we have to learn, and hopefully you people have read about the characteristics of these minerals while you study Indian geography. So please do go through this part as well. As I told you, the Buxa Jayanti, remember Halipur Duar, in the northern Himalayan region, Buxa Jayanti range that I was talking about. So it is rich in dolomite, very important. Okay. They're talking about few says special economic zones. And now we come to the transport system of West Bengal. So the main important question that comes from this is the Farakka barrage passes through which national highway. And one more thing that I would like to add here, please go through the updated numbers of national highway. National highways have, government has changed their numbers. Please do see the new numbers. And for India, you have to learn the golden quadrilateral, and there are few number national highway 1 to 10 is something that you have to do by heart. And for West Bengal, these are few important national highways. Okay, now I want to add something that in the Darjeeling Himalayan region that I was talking about, railway region, which is a part of UNESCO, Darjeeling Himalayan Railway region. So there is a road's name which is known as the Hill Cart Road, which falls under National Highway 55. So Hill Cart Road passes through that area. So this is an additional information. So please go through this part. Railway transport, you know now. Kolkata in West Bengal is the first metro where metro was opened, and I got a question long back that Delhi metro is very much more developed than Kolkata metro, despite Kolkata being the first metro. So this is actually sad on our part, but we still have that information to proudly tell everyone that metro started from our state and from our city, that is Kolkata. So metro rail, first rail started from Howrah to Hooghly. I guess everyone is aware of this. We need to learn. Okay, I was talking about the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway. See, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yes, the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway I was talking about, 1999. and then the air transport, which major airports do we have, and also the inland and waterways is something that we can't skip. So here completes our West Bengal geography in a very short gist. Please go through this PDF. We have been making this PDF for long, and it's very important, as in for last moment revision it is very important.